Hey there everybody, this is Tiger Eye Gaming, and welcome back to the latest episode of our Minecraft 1.20 Let's Play. As you can hopefully see behind me, we have officially constructed our 1.20 Cherry Wood starter house. I am loving this thing. In between episodes, I actually got a couple guys to come and do this for me. Now, I haven't checked the entire thing yet, but I am loving how this looks so far. So let's go ahead and check it out together. I think it's fantastic. I haven't reviewed the whole thing, but they did ensure me that everything was up to code, everything was fully complete. Where's the rest of it? Alright guys, obviously I'm kidding around. In between episodes, I did do a little bit of building along with the collecting of some deep slate that I mentioned that I would do. But yeah, I didn't just want to show up to the start of this episode with the house entirely built, but I did want to get a good idea of what it was going to look like at least. So I did some testing in Creative World, I did a whole bunch of Googling to try and get some design inspiration, and this is what we've come up with so far. I feel like the front is probably the most important part anyway. And yeah, you know what? I am really pleased with how this is looking so far. I just love this color of the cherry wood, like the actual cherry log. I think it looks great. And I really like this design with the stairs being used as trim and then some fences kind of connecting to another trim with the stairs pointing upside down, along with the trapdoors up here on the sides and up here on this little ledge, along with these two cherry saplings in these pots. I'm really liking this general look so far. But yeah, like I said, the starter house is a pretty big part of Minecraft Worlds, right? So I didn't just want to show up with the entire thing complete. So let's go ahead and do a little bit more work on finishing this thing up. And while we're cleaning up the back and the sides of our house, I did just want to go ahead and do the cliche YouTuber thing of saying thank you so much for the support on episode 1 of this series. But I really do mean it though. Thank you guys so much for the amazing support that episode got. I was super happy with it. I did put a lot of time and a lot of thought into it, so it really makes me happy to see that video doing so well. Since I know that I will likely have a lot of new subscribers as a result of that video, welcome. I'm really glad that you guys decided to join, and I really hope that you continue enjoying this series. Seeing the support that video got absolutely made me feel super motivated to continue, and I'm really looking forward to playing in this world and exploring all the new stuff that 1.20 has to offer. Just look at this. Look how beautiful this is. Even when it's dark outside, look at the particles dropping down from the trees, all these pink petals on the ground. These cherry grove biomes look absolutely beautiful. I am so excited to be playing around and making our house up here. Oh, these skeletons are hitting so hard, man. Oh, what? What's going on? Oh my, what was that? Did you guys see that? Why did I take so much damage? Were there like 3 skeletons or something? What the heck? Oh my goodness. Oh, there was another one. Oh, there was. Okay, let's go. Okay, I think that's a clear sign that we still need to sleep the night away. Goodness gracious. How did that guy do so much damage? I know there were... Well, okay, I know there were multiple. That makes sense. But geez, I didn't know that in hard mode they do that much damage. Goodness gracious. So, somewhere along the way, I also stared at that Enderman, who my cat actually did a great job. He just pushed him into the water. Thank you, buddy. Oh my god, that was a heinous nighttime. Good lord, what happened? It's like we suddenly get to a new update, and I just completely forget how to play the game or something. My goodness. Does not having protection on your armor really make that much of a difference, or... Man, I don't know. Ugh, but okay, I am glad we slept that night away. Let's get back to finishing up our house. On that note of doing the cliche YouTuber thing and thanking you all for your support, I also wanted to thank you for the kind comments in particular. It really meant a lot to me to see how many of you guys enjoyed that video. I also want to thank you guys for the suggestions too, because I did see a lot of those in the comments, and don't worry, I did make sure to read every single one. And yeah, one suggestion that I've already started to implement was I actually started using lava as fuel in a furnace for the very first time. I don't know why, that's just never a feature of the game that I've really used up until now. But yeah, the fact that we have a surface lava pool right where we put our stuff down to settle initially, right over there, it really makes that, I think, a very useful and very viable way to save some coal in the early game. And as we continue finishing up the sides and the back and the roof of our house, I did also just want to say I took a little bit of footage from what I did in between episodes, but it wasn't anything groundbreaking. I'll go ahead and flash it up on screen now, but basically I just did a little bit of fishing in the sea to get a few more salmon. In fact, I think I did until I found a stack. Went ahead and cooked those using my lava bucket that I just talked about. And then we went down and dug down. Let's see, can you see it? Yes, there's a cobblestone pillar all the way down there. That's where I dug down. I basically just dug straight down using that trick that I like to do, going 2 blocks at a time so you won't fall down if there's any holes that you dig into. And yeah, we just dug basically down until deep slate level, and we did find a massive dripstone cave, which is really cool, but I didn't want to explore too much, both because, well, I thought that our first caving session would be exciting to do on camera, and also I was just a little bit scared. There were a lot of mobs around there, and well, like we just saw when it became nighttime, we are still at the stage of the game where they can be pretty dangerous. That being said, our first mining session is absolutely something that I'm looking forward to. We'll just have to be very cautious with it. You know, I don't want to do anything silly and have a creeper fall down on us, which, if y'all have been watching my videos for a while, you will definitely know I have some PTSD for that. But yeah, regardless, I am looking forward to doing our first mining trip. Hopefully that'll come the next episode or two though, because for the rest of this episode, well, we got some plans. That's right, as I'm sure it says in the title and thumbnail, today we are looking to head on over to that desert biome just over yonder, and we are looking to get some camels. I am super excited to play around with those guys, because there's something that I haven't really experimented much with. I haven't really played around much with the snapshots in general, but yeah, especially with the camels. So I really want to see what that dash mechanic is like, and I want to see how easy it is to kind of get them from nearby villages and potentially breed them so that we can have a sustainable source. And as we put the final finishing touches on our roof, oh, my cat scared me there for a second. But as we put the final finishing touches on our roof, I did just want to say, this has low-key been a lot easier than I kind of expected. A nice thing about these cherry grove biomes is that harvesting the wood from these trees really doesn't take long at all, especially compared to like oak wood. I think that's probably because oak wood typically generates with 3, 4, or 5 blocks in a typical tree. But yeah, these cherry blossom trees are low-key massive. Look at that, because first of all, they're taller than typical oak trees, but they also have these branches, and some of them have these massive branches that really sprawl out there. So yeah, it honestly did not take that long at all to collect the wood for this project. I was really worried about that, but yeah, the deep slate was definitely the most difficult part, and that wasn't even really that bad either. Alright everybody, I think we've gone ahead and added the decoration to the back that I wanted, and I think we're looking pretty much good on our cherry starter house. This side isn't necessarily super complex, but it is pretty much modeled after the front, and I'm happy with how it turned out. Instead of having doors here, we have trapdoors instead, which I think those look solid. Still got like the fence pillar kind of thing going on. Looks good to me. I also doubled up on the deep slate stairs, just like we did in the front. I think that looks good. And yeah, now let's move on to the side. Let me move my temporary dirt blocks real quick. So I kind of went for 2 different modes of decoration on the sides. And you know what, maybe this needs a little bit more leaves just to kind of fill it out a little bit. I do think that looks better. But yeah, I tried to do a kind of thing where it looks like the leaves were spilling over from the nearby tree. I don't know, I think I'm a fan of this, especially since these cherry leaf blocks do provide particles. I think that's a cool look, and in general, I'm just always a fan of adding leaves to your builds. Adding a little bit of greenery, or in this case, pinkery, always looks solid. So I kind of like that. Our front is still looking very nice. And then let's switch on over to the other side. And I went for something a little bit different here. I tried to use some strip logs, and I made ourselves 2 lanterns, which I'm such a big fan of how these look. Even if they're a little bit expensive, I think lanterns look great in this game. So let me know which side you guys prefer better. Do you kind of like this idea with the stripped logs and the lanterns hanging down? Should I place those on down here on these bottom ones? Should I like have this pillar go the whole way up and down? I don't know. There are lots of different options. Or do you guys like the leaves idea? Do you like having leaves on the side, kind of like we have right here? I don't know. Regardless, I am pleased with how our starter house looks so far. I think it's time to move our items from our little settlement just over yonder next to the lava pool. And after that, I think it's time to go exploring in the desert. Alright everyone, so Right now, this is what our finished house is looking like from the inside. I went ahead and just decided to put down some cherry slabs on the floor. I don't know if some carpet or some pink wool would look nice. I don't know. I just figured I'd keep it like this for now with some pressure plates for these two doors. I also stuck some buttons up here that are both aesthetic and have some purpose. Not the craziest design, but it'll definitely work. And then I also went ahead and placed some cherry leaves up here, and I kind of like that because it brings the particle effect that these cherry leaves have inside our house. Let me know what you guys think, but at least for now, I think this is pretty cool. It's definitely not affecting my frames or anything, at least that I can tell, so I'm perfectly fine with it. But yeah, since our house is looking pretty nice and complete, at least for now, I think it is just about time that we head on out in that direction to find ourselves a desert biome and a camel. So the last thing that I'm going to do is take our bed because it will be a bit of a long journey. If I remember correctly from when I was looking at this seed on Chunkbase, I think it was a couple thousand blocks. Because let's see, where are we at right now? We are at... Okay, if we're heading towards negative Z, we're at 406Z. And yeah, I do believe the desert doesn't start until like negative 1500Z. So we're going to have to travel quite a bit. And just a quick confirmation in case anyone was curious, this big sand patch over here is in fact not a desert. Even if it were, it would be a very small desert. It's actually just a beach biome. It generated kind of weirdly, like this is very inland for a beach. But yeah, just wanted to confirm that for y'all. Still a nice source of sand, but it's not a desert. So let's continue. Well, we're not quite in a desert yet, but we do have a weird, tiny little savanna biome here. It's very bizarre. It's right next to just like a normal forest. But then yeah, it kind of generates right on the edge of this hill and then goes up the hill, but just a little bit, and then it switches back to just I don't know, one of the hill biomes that were added in 1.19. Yeah, it's a weird little biome here, but I mean it does give us access to acacia wood. And another thing that's not exactly a desert biome, but getting closer, we currently are in a sparse jungle biome, and right over there it looks like we have a bamboo jungle biome, which is very cool. We can definitely get some jungle saplings, some jungle wood, and maybe even a parrot if we're lucky. And you know what I actually just remembered? There's also a new feature in 1.20 related to this stuff, bamboo. I haven't even played around with this like pretty much at all yet, but we got a new type of wood, the bamboo wood. I don't quite think we're going to experiment with it yet, but now that we have access to bamboo, and I went ahead and collected some, that's definitely something that we can play around with a little bit in a future episode. Oh, and look at this. We're just beyond the jungle biome, right as I was finishing talking about the bamboo. It looks like we have a desert biome. And I could be wrong here, we'll double check as we get a little bit closer, but it seems to me that we have a good few azalea trees there in the distance too, which seems to mean that underneath this desert biome is a lush cave. Oh, that is absolutely great. That's another thing that I never really got to explore in 1.19 that I'm super, super excited to explore. Oh yeah, this is definitely an azalea tree. Beautiful. Oh, I didn't even realize that when I was searching around on Chunkbase, that there would be lush caves underneath here. Oh, that is amazing. And okay, this is a very interesting little generation. Wow, it generated very beautifully. I was just checking to see if, we can see any of the lush cave from up here. Maybe not quite yet, but this is absolutely something that we'll come back to check out in the future. In the meantime, though, let's sleep the night away, see if our kitty cat gives us any gifts while we sleep, and then we will get into looking for a desert village and a desert temple. No gifts tonight, but let's keep at it. Another nice thing about this desert biome is right here we have a warm ocean that seems to extend off into a pretty big ocean. Oh, are those corals? Oh, let's go. I love coral reefs in this game. Oh, that's another thing that I didn't even know about. Oh, yes, what a beautiful perk. I was going to say the nice thing about having a warm ocean right here is that opens up the possibility of us getting some sniffers. But yeah, that's even better. I absolutely love the coral reefs in this game. They are so, so beautiful. Nice. This desert biome is absolutely going to be kind of like a second home for us. And as soon as we get access to the nether and we're able to do a nether tunnel for some easier transport, I suspect that we're going to be spending a lot of time both here and in the cherry grove biome. This is a bit of a better view up close. Just look at this. Isn't this absolutely gorgeous? Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited to make use of this. I have always wanted to do like a little glass dome type of thing in a coral reef area, so I would love if we're able to do that here. So it does seem that we happen to be on the east border of the desert right now, since I think that ocean biome seems to cover the entire side of the desert that we're on right now. So I think all that we really have to do now is just head west, and hopefully we should find some temples, we should find some villages, and we'll see a lot more bunnies. Sorry, that's a weird thing to end on. Oh, rabbit dies? Oh, no. Oh, these guys, I swear, they cannot keep themselves alive. Oh, I suppose that still counts as ethically obtained because I didn't strike the final blow. Oh, I would never. Rest in peace, our rabbit friend. Oh, look at that, look at that. Oh, I spotted that orange clay pattern, and then I saw the ruined portal behind it. A little bit of a twofer there. And yeah, I also did want to say, these lush cave biomes that are underneath us, they must be absolutely massive, because I've seen so many trees already. We got this one, we got that one over there, we got the few over the hill in the distance. Splendid. We also have a little bit of a Badlands biome over there, which is awesome. I've never really spent too much time in those. But yes, I am so excited that we found a desert temple. There's a lot that we can do with this. And the primary thing among those for now is wish for a saddle. Cross your fingers, everybody, please. First up, though, we will check the chest in this ruined portal. Okay, mending shovel, mending chest plate, and a couple of golden boots, fire charge, flint and steel. Honestly, I'm just going to leave that there for now. I suspect that our inventories might get a little bit clogged up with, well, maybe some more useful loot. Ooh, and I am glad we made our way into this temple cautiously because there is a creeper. Oh god, where did he run off to? He saw my cat and he ran, but where did he run? Oh, okay, this is kind of scarier than, Okay, cat, I need you to stay with me. All right, where is he? Where is he? Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Okay, there he is. There he is. Caught a glimpse of his little green feet. Okay. Not ideal, but I will take that. I'll take that. Glad I was paranoid, though, because I feel like a lot of times people will just run into these things with, reckless abandon. So I'm glad that I was careful, because, there was a creeper in there that had potential to be very, very dangerous. So let's go ahead and brush off this sand, and what are we going to get? A piece of gunpowder. Okay. Could be worse. Now, to tell you the truth, I'm not actually all that experienced with excavating these things at 1.20. I don't know how much suspicious sand will generate, and I don't really know how far I might have to dig to find it. Okay, I do see one more piece right there. That's nice. We'll do a little bit more digging, and then if nothing comes up, we can just go for that piece. There's another one right there, and there's another one. Okay. I always wonder how it looks on YouTube videos, because the previews that I feel like I've seen of people exploring the snapshots, it's been always pretty hard to tell for me. But when I'm playing on my own computer, it's a lot easier to tell. And that's another piece of gunpowder, isn't it? Yep, okay, not ideal, but let's see what we can get here. Oh, don't tell me it's another gunpowder. Goodness, I see why that creeper was here, man. Oh, hold on. Let's go. I kind of didn't even know you could get diamonds from excavating pieces of sand like that. Let's go. Oh, that's so hype. Look at that. Our very first diamonds in the entire series have come from excavating a desert temple. Oh, love it. And it didn't even come from the chest. Oh, dang it. Well, okay. I just lost one piece of suspicious sand. That's okay. Yeah, one thing about the sand that you do have to remember is that, oh, okay, nice. TNT. Sorry, I like the way that came out of the sand. Just a big red side of a block saying TNT on it. But yeah, one thing you have to be wary of with this suspicious sand is that you don't want to let it fall down either. You don't want it to use that property where sand or gravel will fall down if the block beneath it is dug out, because in that case, it loses its suspicious properties. And okay, I have to take this clay pattern on the ground to mean that we have excavated all that there is to excavate right here. Well, nice. We got some pretty good stuff from that. We got a couple pieces of TNT already, and we got our very first diamond. So now I think it's time to dig on down and see what lies in those chests. I sat my cat up there towards the top of this staircase just so we'd have no chance of breaking that pressure plate. Let's go ahead and do that now. Perfect stuff. Okay, making sure that TNT does not get set off. And all right, deep breaths. Keep your fingers crossed, everybody, for actually some armor trims and some saddles. Let's go. Yes, saddle. Oh, fantastic. And a bunch more gunpowder, some rotten flesh. That is pretty useless to us. Okay, sweeping edge, not bad. And sharpness 4. Oh, that is a dope book. Sharpness 4, that's very impressive. Okay, and a golden apple. Love to see it. All right. We got some bones, some string, spider eyes, and a couple pieces of horse armor. Nice, not bad. Okay, another golden apple, bunch of sand, some string, gunpowder, rotten flesh, another piece of golden horse armor, and yes, oh, we got the dune armor trim and diamond horse armor. Actually, we got 2 pieces of armor trim. love that. And one more golden apple. Oh, this desert temple has been absolutely great. I am super thankful to have found it. Let me go ahead and organize my inventory a little bit, see what I can drop off here, and take the important stuff like this dune armor trim. Fantastic. Now let's go ahead and sleep the night away, which I'm sure won't be cursed doing that in a desert temple, right? Yeah, absolutely not. I did have to leave a couple things in the chests down there. I went ahead and left some of the iron and gold horse armor that we had, but still, we have come out looking absolutely great. We got 2 pieces of the dune armor trim, we got a saddle, which is absolutely what we were looking for, and we got 3 golden apples, along with a couple of pretty solid enchanted books. Okay, so that is mission number 1. Mission number 1 for the desert complete, and as soon as I exited the temple, we see this desert village, which is thing number 2. And the reason why this is item number 2 is, as we get closer to the center of the village, hopefully we'll see it. Oh, there it is, outside the village. Let's go. We got ourselves a camel. Just look at this. Look at the majesty of this creature. Oh, grab a quick screenshot here. Maybe this could be our... Oh, look, he's sitting down. Oh, that is adorable. I like that our cat is just staring at him like, what is this massive creature? I know, buddy, he's our new friend. Oh, there you go. You tried to walk into him. Okay. But yeah, regardless, we have this saddle now, so... Okay, well, he's sitting. He'll get up when he feels like it. Oh, there he go. He is risen. And look at that. Look at those adorable ears. Look at this animation. Let's go to F5. Oh, I love it. Now let's try the dash out. Look how quick he is. Look how quick. Ooh. But okay, now we have to make sure that we do not lose this man, since he is walking around with our saddle on his back, and oh, what an animation. These guys are so cool. I'm so glad they finally added camels to Minecraft. It was absolutely a long time coming. Yes, I'm talking about you. You're the best. Let's check out this chest, though, real quick. Okay, nice. Good few iron swords. We got some iron boots. A couple pairs of iron boots, actually. Bread and some gold, along with some saplings. Now, okay, for the moment, I don't really think I need to do much else with these guys. All I want is for these villagers to stay alive, which I know is a lot to ask of you guys sometimes, I swear. But yeah, I don't really want to set up a villager trading hall, at least not yet. Eventually in this series, absolutely. But I think that's something that we can do closer to our base of the Cherry Grove biome. But yeah, my larger point is, we have pretty much found what I wanted to find this episode. And you know what? The nice thing about having this camel is, as soon as I find where he's wandered off to, we could go ahead and just ride him back to our house. I think since we haven't even explored too much of this desert biome yet, I might get a little bit greedy and see if we can find another desert village. Because if we can ensure that we will absolutely have a renewable source of camels, if you will, i.e. we can breed the one found in this village together with the one that we find in the other village, and then we can make sure that we have infinite camels for as long as this world goes on. Because if some of you don't know, these guys actually don't generate like naturally in deserts like you'd think they might. They actually only generate in desert villages, and it's always once per village. So yeah, making sure that we have a pretty easy renewable source of these camels is actually pretty important. Oh, well, look what we got just over there past this hill. We got another desert temple, and it looks like we have another village too. Oh, that is so interesting. It looks like we have pretty much the same kind of thing that we found with our first desert temple and first desert village. We have a temple and a village generating super close to each other. Lore-wise, that's pretty cool. Low-key, though, I actually might not want to explore this desert temple just yet. Our inventory is looking a little bit full, and, I mean, since we know where it is, we can always come back. But yeah, I kind of think we'll just leave this for now, because I see our target acquired right over there. Let's go ahead and run on over to this other camel. Let's go ahead and get a little camel bait. Wait, hold on. This is such a funny image. Look at them standing over me like that. It's so funny in first person. All right, let's give you a cactus. Let's give you a cactus, and voila. Wait. What? Aren't you guys, like, supposed to breed? Pardon? What? Okay, let's try this again. There we go. It's actually the first thing that we've bred in this world, and they happen to be camels. Very cool. I don't know why they just didn't breed the first time. That was kind of weird. But regardless, we got our breeding done. Oh, look at the baby. Oh, the baby just sat down. Oh, that is one of the most... Oh my god, you are adorable. Look at you with your little blocky legs and your blocky head. Oh, and the little ears. Oh, I love these guys. Great addition to the game. Oh my god, I love this camel. He did the sitting down thing right next to this lava pool. Oh, fantastic. You are adorable. Well, I meant to be recording, but we did go ahead and check out this extra blacksmith. He has extra iron boots and another helmet, but I just went ahead and grabbed the iron ingots since we do have a lot of iron tools at the moment. But yeah, this village is definitely a place that we want to come back to in the future. So for now, let's go ahead and sleep the night away so that these guys will hopefully not be killed by some mobs around here, because Lord knows they just love dying an early death. And now that we have woken up, I think it's time to take our camel and to head back to our Cherry Grove biome. All right, buddy, time to rise. Let's go. Or not. You know, we can sit too. That's fine. Oh, look at that. Just adorable. Now, this isn't necessarily something that I expected to discover today, but it looks like we also have a pillager outpost out here. And I think, yeah, I guess that's a desert pillager outpost. Huh, cool. I guess there's no rule against them generating in the desert. I've just never seen one. But all right, hey, very cool. Since we're here, let's go ahead and see if we can find that new armor trim that generates at the outposts. There's also a ruined portal right here. Very cool. Let's go ahead and check that chest out real quick if we can avoid getting shot while doing so. And hold on. There's also another new thing from 1.19 that we can check out. That little flash of blue inside that cage there, that is an azalea. Absolutely awesome. And oh, man, that's really exciting. I was super excited when these guys got added to the game, but I never actually played around with them at all. So we have two guys in here. This is yet another thing that I want to take a screenshot of because I don't think we're going to do anything with them right now, but absolutely I want to come back here at some point and do some work with the azaleas because those guys, they do have some cool possibilities. Ultimately, I was a little bit disappointed when they were added in. Like, it just felt like there was some potential there that was a little bit unexplored. But regardless, that is super cool. And now we're up here. Can we find the armor trim? Okay, no armor trim, but we do have a goat horn. Yet another thing from the last update that I actually haven't experimented with yet. All right, this I think is my first time ever trying out a goat horn in Survival Minecraft. Let's see how it sounds. That is definitely a choice for a first goat horn to find. I can't lie, I've heard better, but still it's very cool. Never had one of these before. That's just a very interesting sound. Huh. There's a lot of bass in it, and then it kind of just does a short, what I would consider a typical horn noise at the end. Huh, but alright. There are absolutely no pillagers guarding this outpost. It's very interesting. Wonder if they, like, fell down or something. But okay, let's get back on our camel, and let's continue riding home, actually through this beautiful Badlands biome. You know, if there's anything at all that this expedition to the desert has taught me, it's that I love having reasons to explore in this game. Whether it's the new armor trims that I suspect are going to be a great reason to explore in the future, whether it's just finding new biomes like this beautiful Badlands that you don't typically build in, or whether it's finding the little things that generate all over the world, like the pillager outposts, ruined portals, villages, temples, etc. I love getting to explore in this game, because for me, it really brings back that like sense of wonder that you get when you first play. After you've played it for a long time, it really can feel like doing some of those things over and over can get a little bit tedious, but I really find that having reason to explore like we've had today adds so much to the experience of the game. And speaking of reasons to explore, we have found yet another reason to come back to this desert/Badlands area. We have one of the Badlands area mine shafts. Oh, these things are so pretty. I love, oh my god, nope. Yeah, not about that quite yet, but I just love how they look with all the orange, all the red sand. I am a big fan of orange, as some of y'all might know. But yes, this is absolutely an area that we're going to come back to, and hopefully frequently in the future. Even though I don't necessarily want to go into the scary part of exploring this mine shaft yet, I did see that there was a chest out here, so what do we got? Okay, melon seeds, coal. Oh, name tag. Name tag, okay, that's sick. Oh, we can name our camel or we can name one of our cats. And also, another low-key big benefit of this thing, we're going to be able to get so many chains from the way that this generates. I love it. because chains, just like lanterns, are low-key expensive with the amount of iron nuggets that they take. Also, not to out myself here, but I did just realize that we were actually heading in the wrong direction because our negative Z was getting, well, it was getting more negative, and instead we need the negative Z to be getting larger, i.e. heading back towards positive. So we have a solid 3,000 blocks to travel back across this desert. One more nice little perk of the camels. This guy can't reach me. I'm too tall. Haha. Sucker, let's keep riding. And oh my goodness, if I can make my way through this dense bamboo forest, it looks like we have found yet another exciting thing on our expedition today. It looks like we found a jungle temple. I'll be honest, guys, I don't even really have much more inventory space, so I'm not even really all that sure that I want to explore this thing. But I do think that it's worth exploring primarily for the new item that could be down here, which is that new armor trim. So let's go ahead and break this open. And I'm not really worried about anything else here other than the new armor trim. Okay, we got some bamboo, we got some gold. That's all right. Let's see what we got in this one now. There we go. We have another diamond. Our first 2 diamonds in this world haven't even been from mining. Lovely. And we got the wild armor trim. Fantastic. And you know, it's moments like these where I hate to just harp on a point that so many people in the Minecraft community have been making consistently for so long, but I do feel like it's relevant. With the addition of all these new, very cool blocks and items into the game, I do really feel like we need, not necessarily an overhaul, but at least some additions to help manage inventory. There is just so much stuff that you can find, and before you have access to shulkers, it really is hard managing to organize your inventory efficiently and go on little expeditions like this. Because I mean, look at this, look at the number of things we found, and look at the number of items we've got. I just don't know how, realistically, you're supposed to find all this stuff and only take back so much of it without shulker boxes. That's why I kind of appreciate the idea of a bundle, at least in principle. I just don't know if it was perfectly well executed. Low-key, I might have forgotten to enable the experimental feature of bundles in this world. I don't know if that's something that you can go back and change later on, but if possible, I may actually go for it. I've never used bundles all that much since, you know, I don't K-word rabbits in this game. But since our kitties will give us some ethically obtained rabbit hide, I wonder if it's worth going and trying to enable that experimental feature of bundles, because, I mean, today it would have been useful. And I don't know. I don't know if the answer to the inventory issues is just straight up adding something like a backpack that is a little bit more powerful than a bundle, where a bundle can only store 64 items or something like that. But I just don't know. There's got to be a better mid-game solution for having such a dearth of items than, you know, just having to wait until you get shulker boxes in the end game. Because at this point in the game, you know, there's a lot of stuff that you want to collect, and since you don't have access to shulkers, it's really hard. Well, as we're traversing the forest to get back home, I did spot a few wolves. And hey, since we raided a couple different desert temples, we have a whole bunch of bones. Let's see if we can go ahead and get ourselves some doggies. Look at that. First try, he loves me. Okay, how about you, baby? What do you want? Yes, there we go. Look at his enormous head. You are adorable. And boom, we got a third. I tell you what, I feel like using these camels as like a transportation source, it takes a bit of skill. And I think it's also something that you need practice with, which I definitely don't have yet. But yeah, like once you master the dash timings and how to kind of, you know, wait for the dash to come back and then be able to use it again, I think these guys are pretty decent modes of transportation. At the very least, you know, comparable to horses. I probably would still favor a horse just because that's what I'm used to, and there's a couple things like they let you go under 2-block gaps where I don't think the camel does, and also they're just a little bit easier to handle when you're not familiar with the dash mechanic. But yeah, you know what? These guys aren't bad for a transportation option. And to be fair to our wonderful new camel friend, I also don't think we're exactly riding through terrain that suits his strengths right now. You do slow down a little bit if you're trying to get through an area that has a 3-high block. So you are able to go through it, but it does slow you down, which isn't exactly ideal. And then yeah, when you're in areas like this, it's just sometimes hard to find a gap. I think it would be a lot easier if I managed to get on top of some of these trees, but I mean, you know, I'm not on top of them. So yeah, that's been one of the main problems. A forest definitely isn't suited to a camel's main strengths. And as the chunks start to load in, and we are on this beach that I pointed out at the beginning of our journey, it seems that we have come back home to our cherry grove biome. And you know what? Actually, being right here has just given me the idea. This is a great place to keep our camel. That way he doesn't have to be in a terrain that's necessarily super non-native to him. But I like the idea of kind of keeping him in what effectively is like a little mini desert, even though it's, technically a beach, but shh. This time, though, I will go ahead and take him just because I want to see how helpful it is riding up that huge hill, because, trust me, traversing up it even just myself can be quite a hassle sometimes. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. We have officially made it back to our home in the cherry grove biome, as our numerous cats and dogs... Oh, don't fall down there, buddy. Please don't. As our numerous cats and dogs scurry around us, I think it's about time to end off the episode. We accomplished a whole lot in this episode, from the starter house behind me, which is now complete with backs and a side, to finding a whole bunch of camels doing our expeditioning through the desert. We now have 2 camels in that other desert village that we visited, and we have the coordinates for a whole lot of exciting stuff in that desert, in the jungle. We even passed a couple desert wells that I didn't excavate yet. Yeah, we have made a lot of great progress in this series, and just look how cool this camel dude is. Look at his little ears flapping. Oh, I love them. But yes, thank you everybody for watching. I really do appreciate it. It seems like our camel does not want to be included in the outro. That's fine, I'm not hurt. I'll just use the cherry house as a backdrop instead. And our dogs clearly want to be included in the outro. But once again, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for the incredible support. It really means a lot to me. Thank you so much for not just getting 1,000 subscribers for this channel, but smashing it. It really means a lot. If you're seeing this video and you're not subscribed, please do me a favor and go ahead and subscribe. It really helps me out, and it'll keep me motivated to play this world, which is something that I would love because we have a whole lot of exciting stuff coming up. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you in the next episode very soon.